Right, let's get this box open. Oh, it's heavy.
It's really heavy. I picked it up when it got delivered and I was like, that's just jam-packed full of models.
Oh, that's good.
Plasticky goodness.
Oh, that's nice.
Lovely bit of artwork.
So I think it's a really good image for the new edition as well. I think the last one had a Space Marine and a Death Guard on the front split. It looked really well. Oh, but this looks really good as well. So I'm sure the kids will be fighting over it and it's going to end up on one of their walls. There we go. And there's the sprues. Okay, so there's the first sprue.
Okay, so Tyranids.
Yes, Tyranids.
I've been so excited for these. Okay, so on this sprue we have the Screamer Killer.
Yeah.
Now I believe this is like a redo of the old Metal Carnifex, isn't it?
It's the first one I saw back in the day.
That's a big model. I like that.
Yeah, he's really chunky actually. Oh, we can get the other one out of the cupboard and have a little look and see how he compares to the standard Carnifex.
We'll do a size comparison on another video.
Yeah.
And then we've also got there the Neurotyrant.
We have. That's him there, isn't it?
It is. And then we've got some brain.
Yeah, big
over
old
here.
brain.
And is his face there as well? We've got the neuraloids that go with him.
One there and one down there.
Yeah. And these guys are quite similar to the Zoanthropes, aren't they?
I wonder if they'll act as some sort of shield or something for it to protect him a bit. There's its face. So the only thing I'm not too sure about on this model is the actual double upper jaw. Not that keen on it, but it's interesting, to say the least. And there's his big old crown or halo. Excellent. It's interesting they put it on the same sprue though. You'd have thought this is they'd do it as like a kit which you could buy in the future. So you'd have the Screamer Killer as a sprue, you'd have the Neurotyrant as a sprue as well. But
so they can sell them as individual models going forward.
But no, that's just one sprue with it all on. So you'd have to basically buy them all at the same time.
Maybe that's the plan. Maybe they'll do a pack of so you buy your Screamer Killer with your Neurotyrant and your Neuraloids.
Yeah, it's really strange but cool. All right, we'll put that to one side and have a look at the next sprue.
Okay, so next up we have got the Psychophage up here. Now I am very intrigued to find out what this is.
What the clouds?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like mini chimneys.
Yeah.
What is it? And what does it do?
I actually don't know. It looks like I don't know. I think there's some sort of, it's a psychic eater apparently, this thing. So it eats psychers more than anything else. And it might be it's releasing psychospore into the air.
Is it meant to be like a substance or is it meant to be a smoke?
I don't know. It looks a bit wisty.
Yeah, because in the artwork that they did for this and the models they've painted up so far, it's kind of painted in a bluey green, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what made me think, is it meant to be like is it meant to be air based? Or is it meant to be kind of plasma based or something like that? I don't know.
Seen that? All the teeth inside its mouth, all racked up there. That's pretty cool.
That is very cool. Kind of reminds me of a big mother spider that's going to eat smaller spiders.
It does, yeah. That's a cool little thing. All right, so let's see what's next after that. Let's put that to one side and find out what's next in the sprue pile. We have the Ballista Dreadnought. Now, this is something which I really do like, because back in the day with the old Kestis Ferrum ones, I loved the double armament of the same weapon. So I always thought Dreadnoughts should be just walking weapon platforms, and yeah, this one really does nail it. So it's got a twin link las cannon on the side, and on the other side we've got a big old missile launcher as well. Don't know if it's any sort of special one or not. And I'm going to be painting this guy as a wolf spear ballista dreadnought. So I'm going to be getting rid of all that eagerly goodness over there and probably change that a bit and turn it into a standard wolf totem. Get rid of a few purity seals and throw some more of them wolf totems on there. And then get him back out there on the battlefield. Yeah, I'm looking forward to painting him actually. So, yeah, that's him. And let's have a look at the next thing. What have we got? It's a librarian. Now, I was expecting there to be a double head option for this guy, but there isn't. So we've just got that one. No helmeted option. But it looks pretty cool. He's got lots of runic things all over him, so I might, depending on time, actually fill them up with some green stuff and turn them into Fenrisian style Viking-like runes, which I think will be pretty cool. He's got his book behind him. Can't leave without his book. But yeah, he's kind of monstrous now, the fact they've resized these Terminators, so that's a really cool looking model as well. Let's put him to one side.
Okay, so up next it looks like we have got the Termagants.
Yeah.
And they are going to be equipped with flesh borers.
Yeah, I can't see any other options, so it's just flesh borers by the looks of things. Yep, just pure flesh borers.
And I think there's 20 of these in the box, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
And we've got a couple of Ripper Swarms in there as well.
Yep, so there's 4 guys on here, 4 little Rippers. So they're going to go on the base together. A bit more detailed than the old ones. Look really nice, actually. But, oh, these new guys do look fantastic. I do prefer them to the old ones, which is obviously the case.
Yeah, we can do.
Just
got
the level
some
of detail.
comparisons, haven't we, that we can leave on another video.
Yep. I think they're showing these guys to death, I think, at this point. But they're definitely an upgrade. All right. But yeah, it's a shame they haven't got the other options for the weapons on there. I don't know what they're going to do then. I don't know whether they're going to do a separate sprue of Termagants with, what are they called? Those little spine fists or what? So, interesting times ahead.
And we've got another set of those here as well. So we will pop those to one side too.
Cool. And what's next on there? Should we get these out first?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the Infernus Marines. So there we are. We'll obviously put some better pictures of these up, you know, in a nice little tray in a second. But wow, those flamers do look really cool. So I don't know if it's the same sprue twice or what. Let's just check. Cha-ching. Yep, it's the same sprue twice. So you've got 5 on one, 5 on the other, but it's a replicated sprue, so 2. So put that to the side and have a look at the next option. Now, I think these are the things I'm quite keen on the most.
Are these the Von Ryan Leapers?
Yes, that's them.
Who is Von Ryan? Do we know who Von Ryan is?
I think Von Ryan, I might be wrong. I'm going to be completely wrong here. I'm going to have to Google it straight after this sentence. But I think Von Ryan is a planet. So these were first discovered on Von Ryan, or they're the first thing that killed Von Ryan. So I think we'll pause this and just quickly find out a bit more about the Von Ryan Leaper. Okay, so you've learnt something.
I googled it. So according to 40k wiki, the Von Ryan's Leaper is a Tyranid bioform whose origins were speculatively connected by the Adeptus Mechanicus Magos biologist Bianco Lorcard to the Tyrannid genus, who gave the new bioform the scientific name of Gontai ryanus. Ryanus?
Ryanus. Gontai ryanus.
So, still none the wiser if Von Ryan is a person or a planet. Or
It's an old wooden ship.
Oh, it could be.
All right.
Who knows?
But yeah, but the sprue is fantastic anyway, because everyone's been waiting for lictors for a very long time, especially plastic ones. So eventually, hopefully, we'll see a Death Leaper. But for now, we'll be quite happy to see something like this. And a pack of 3 of them, they're just cool.
They are. They're not as big as I thought they would be, actually, in person. I was expecting them to be bigger. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I don't know why. When we saw the images originally,
Yeah, you think they'd be bigger.
yeah, they looked bigger. But then again, I didn't put it together that there would be 3 on a sprue. Again, in my head it was 1.
Yeah. Well, it'd be quite good to see what these things can do. They do kind of remind me of the old Hormigans from back in the day, the old metal ones. So these are very, very pretty. I think these are my favourite Tyrannid option in the new box, actually.
Are they?
I think to me they're just really cool. The claws are just fantastic, and I love their tentacly maws. They just look so cool.
Oh no, I think for me it's got to be the Neurotyrant.
Really?
Yeah. I like the brain colour blue that they've used, and it just looks kind of, I don't know, I like the floatiness of it.
The floatiness of it's a drifting one.
It reminds me of that cartoon I used to watch as a kid, where he had a brain in like a glass helmet. I can't think what the cartoon was.
I don't know, Mojo Jojo with
No.
monkey?
No, I'll have to look it up. But there was a cartoon I watched as a kid, and that's what the Neurotyrant reminds me of.
Okay, that sounds horrific then, if that's the case.
That's probably why I don't watch cartoons now.
All right, to one side, and then let's choose the next option, which now they've been revealed. You have to choose. It's going to be the Terminators. It's a cool sprue. Oh, I'm so happy they didn't redesign. Well, actually, I was kind of wanting them to redesign them to see what they could do, but just reshaping them and actually making them just that little bit bigger is probably just as equally good. Now, I really hope we see some scaled up versions of the Grey Knight Terminators soon as well, because I think they're looking a bit dated and tired now. But yeah, they're just perfect, really. Now, I'm really unsure what I'm going to do with them, because I'm very tempted to turn them into a, what's the word for it? I want to use them as Space Hulk options as well. So I want to magnetise the bases and have it so that I can slot them onto little metal pieces and then use them for boarding actions, fighting Tyrannid bioforms in the midst of a big Space Hulk. So there's lots of helmet options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all 5. And there's a bare head version here somewhere as well for a captain. And I don't think there is, actually. Okay, I'm going to see what I can do. I might try to throw a Space Wolf head in there as well to make them a bit more wolf speary. But yeah, they do look awesome. Ah, yeah, what's that there? Ah, there we go. We do have a bare-headed option there with a chap who's just got the grill on his face, but yeah, not captainy enough, but still it's cool. All right, let's put them to one side after confirming there's no flamer on here. There is no flamer on here. All right, so what's next then? Okay, we've got Space Marine Captain merged with
Tyrannid Prime. So the Tyrannid Prime reminds me of
my younger years when I was a winged beast which used to prey on little creatures below me.
Oh my goodness, no.
What does it remind you of, Lauren?
Parasite and Mortrex.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. It's got wings.
Yeah, no, that's not the only reason. But it's just got a similar feel to it, I think. And again, it's a standalone model, like the Parasite and Mortrex was. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if it's got any special kind of moves.
We've got all the rules in here, hopefully. All right. So, Terminator. Really nice sword. It's got text saying... what does that say? Moors. Tyrannus Moors. Oh, cool. And has he got another head option or just the standard one? Nope, just plain head. Great. And he's standing on a dead
I was going to say, is that a carcass there on the base?
Yep, I'll be magnetising that. But then, yeah, we'll be magnetising that. It does look cool.
That is cool. I like that base.
Yeah. Things I never like taking round the corpse of another battlefield to another. Well, let's say I'm fighting Necrons. I always feel a bit weird just having a dead Tyrannid on the base. I like it looking like generic. But then again, we've had this problem.
Yeah, we have this conversation a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
About generic basing. You're a generic baser.
I know.
You want your models to be able to be put on any battlefield and fit in.
Yeah, that's right.
Whereas I'm a little bit more, I like the creative flair of a base.
You do, yes.
I can appreciate a good base,
Yes,
even if it doesn't always fit in with the battlefield you're playing on.
Yeah, I know. I just like my standard muddy one. Oh, okay. He's walked his muddy feet onto a space Hulk. Oh no, he's walked his muddy feet through a desert. Oh.
I think that's one of the beautiful things about Warhammer, though, is it's art, isn't it? So you can get out of it whatever you want.
Yeah,
and
right.
Everyone's opinion of art is different. So some people, will do a more generic base and use the model as the more eye-catching bit. Some people like the flair of the bases, and they find that kind of brings the model together.
Yeah.
So it's each to their own.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like, and I like seeing different people's takes on it as well.
Yeah, well, they've changed quite a lot since the initial. I think when I got into it, it was like 2nd edition, where everything was just goblin green. And sometimes people were like, "Oh, look, you can put flock on it as well." It's like, "Oh, look at this guy, he's rebellious." And now it's at the point where you've literally got dead high definition Tyranids and yeah.
I like the base.
Okay, you can like the base, and I can reserve judgment on any sort of base which isn't just standard circular slaughter base. And on to the next one, which
so this
is
the last Tyranid sprue.
Yes,
in
it
the
is.
box.
Unless they're hiding underneath.
Yeah. Okay, so we have got some Barb Gaunts and Neurogaunts. So the Neurogaunts are actually quite small, aren't they?
Really small. They remind me of Blue Horrors in scale, actually. They're really, really tiddly. I wasn't too sure why they'd need them, but they're kind of grot-like in that sort of aesthetic. They're not going to be are they going to be a squishy thing? I'm wondering whether I just don't know anything about them, actually. Is there anything you know about them?
Not at the moment, no. I'm wondering, because they've got no guns.
No.
So I'm thinking they're going to maybe be fast. I hope they're going to be fast, because I think they're going to be squishy as well.
They look slow, though. They just don't look...
Do you think?
Yeah, because they're just hunchbacked. Their elbows can touch their knees as they sort of scutter along. I can't see them as being like a Hormigant-style leaper or anything like that. They just look like they just plod along.
They look kind of like mini gene stealers, don't they?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see the rules for them and see kind of like how they fit into the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Like why would you take these?
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, that would be interesting.
It does look like they'll assemble themselves really quickly as well. Well, not themselves. I'd have to do it, obviously, or you.
That'd be me, won't it?
Yeah,
We're splitting the box 50-50. It's a his and hers.
It's a shame because I keep looking and going, I really like these guys, but then I'm like, I don't know why. It's a strange number as well because I think it's got 11 of them, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's 11. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like not even a strong squad number. It's there's 11 of them on the sprue, not 12, just 11.
And then on the other side of that, we've got the Barb Gaunts.
Now
these have got like a cannon mounted into their back.
Yeah.
I like these.
Yeah, it's like a weird missile launcher. Like
it is. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, really cool.
It's do they put that there or do they grow it?
I think these are these are bioorganism weapons. So they're actually grown weapons. So that's why they've got a little tail and everything as well. Yeah, they're pretty nifty. I can't tell if they look really busy or not though.
Yeah, for the size of the model.
Yeah.
But then again, I guess it depends. I don't know. I mean, I'll be using contrast paint to paint these.
Oh, you're gonna fly through them then, because that is just gonna immediately look fantastic.
Yeah, the contrast paint's brilliant on these sort of things.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Although having seen the 3 new paint schemes for Tyranids, I was so tempted to repaint all the Tyranids.
Yeah.
And then I realised we do already have quite a lot of painted Tyranids, and I don't really want to repaint that many. Maybe one day in the future.
I know. You've got Harridan over our shoulder as well, which you're going to be painting soon.
Yeah, so I am actually not the Tyrannid player in the household. It is my son who plays Tyrannids. He is 6 years old and he's just bought himself a Harridan. He's saved up all his pocket money, all his tooth fairy money, and bought himself a Harridan. So as much as I'm going to enjoy painting the Tyranids, I don't actually get the final use of them.
No.
They will probably end up killing my Eldar at some point, which is kind of depressing.
It is, but at least it's good. Yeah, stuff you've painted, killing stuff you painted.
Yeah, he'll enjoy killing me at any rate.
Yeah. All right, then let's get straight on to the next one. So this is the Sternguard Veterans. I think that's what they're called. They are Sternguard, I believe. Not the Vanguard. Yeah, the Sternguard. All right, so we have all lovely weapons. There's actually a Mark 7 head on here somewhere. Now, where is he? Oh, there. So that's something I didn't expect, actually, because it's been a while since I've seen a Mark 7 head on a Primaris. So, makes me feel like it's a bit of a, what's the word for it? Marines Malevolent style force. Where they just go, oh yeah, it's a relic helmet. Just stick the other Primaris one on. It's a bit nicer and newer. And there's a bear head. That's cool. That's for the Reaver. And down here we have the Apothecary there. He's only got one head option as well. But yeah, so pretty cool. Yeah, it's another really cool sprue. So I'm looking forward to assembling all them and doing a bit of conversion here and there. All right, let's put that on to the side and then let's get to the next part of the box. Well, there's no scenery in here as far as I'm aware. There's definitely no scenery.
Thank God for that.
I could do with more scenery.
No, we don't need any more scenery in this house.
We could.
We could literally melt the scenery down and build a house of plastic to live in.
Oh. Or we can make a massive, awesome fortress. Well, look, Lauren. Tracing paper.
Very nice.
What's that?
Oh, it's
What is
a
it?
binder. Oh my word,
Is that a
that's
binder?
a big book. It's a massive book.
Okay.
Sorry if anyone just saw my head peering in the box. I got a bit overexcited.
Nice. Okay.
Damn,
So,
that's where the weight was.
yeah, that is. So we have transfers. I'll have a look at them in a second.
Yeah.
Put these to one side.
Should we move the box out the way, I think, because that's a monster of a book.
Oh, Decide the Fatal World. I'll have a look at that in a second. And there's some other bits in here.
So we'll move the box out and look at the book first.
Ah, there's some Tyranid colour schemes on the side as well, which we can have a look at in a second.
No.
All right, so let's get on this. So it's got a code. All right, save the world, consume it. Play a game with your Leviathan box set, report the result, and help decide the fate of a pivotal Imperial planet.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so I can use a code, which I'm guessing probably everyone's seen, but it's going to be redeemed by the time you see it. And look. Oh, it's
I like
eating a world.
Clever idea.
Ogram. Battle for Ogram. Great. Hopefully that's part, there might be some lore in there about this. So there's the assembly guide. Now this is going to be very nice and simple,
Looking at
I
the
think.
sprues, they don't look like they're going to be too hard to assemble. So from a novice point of view, if you were just getting into Warhammer and you pick this box set up, maybe with your friends, I mean, until we actually assemble it, we don't know for sure, but it's looking fairly straightforward to assemble, which is quite nice.
Yeah, it is.
Because I think 10th edition, what most of us are hoping for is it is going to be a bit more simplified to enable new starters to come into the game more and create kind of a smoother gameplay. So yeah.
Yeah, there's a few things we didn't like about the last edition, but there's a few things we really did like about the last edition. So I think in the end, though, we're not really fond of the old stratagems and stuff, are we?
No, I think that's quite a widely accepted opinion. I think we're not the only ones who feel like that, and we're going to be doing a few games of this to see how it plays. We're also going to give it the ultimate test see how easy it is to learn to play by gaming with our children.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if they will agree to doing a little video with us. I'm going to try and teach them 10th edition, because if you can teach a 6 and 8-year-old 10th edition, anyone can play it.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
almost anyone.
Almost anyone. They'll probably pick it up quicker than I do.
Yeah, they do look really cool. So, just going to go through the rule book. Well, not rule book, what am I saying? The assembly guide. I'll go through that now. We can have a little peek and so you can have a little look. So we have alternative heads there, D7 and D8. Then more Terminatory goodness. I like the fact they're doing more and more of these, two-part leg bits, because I don't like mould shadows. So this is, it's just the right way forward. And hopefully the barrels are nice and easy to drill out, aren't they, Mr. Hake? Oh, God. Yeah. Even a novice could do it. I don't think you need to drill out these barrels either. They're on the Infernus guns. They look cool. Alright.
So do you actually know what Leviathan means?
Well, Leviathan is a old creature of legend, I believe. It's an old seafaring thing.
Yeah, I find that quite interesting, given that Tyranids aren't water-based.
No, each one of the High Fleets were actually named after different mythological creatures. So you've got High Fleet Behemoth, High Fleet Kraken, High Fleet Jormungandr. So they're all named after them things.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
And I guess the beauty of this then is you've got that tying in the Tyranid name with the Leviathan. But Leviathan can also be a thing that is very large or powerful, especially an organisational vehicle, which in this case is your Space Marines.
Yeah. There's a Leviathan tracked transport, which is a command thing in 40k as well, which is really cool. Hopefully one day we'll get one on the Titan walks as well.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So get some plastic card out there, because I think there's a Capitalis Imperialis, which is like a gigantic transport. That'd be fun to do. So they've got all the rules in here as well, and I'm wondering if they've got the rules in the book for them at the same time, or whether it is just these. If it is just these, that's kind of interesting.
They're quite big.
What, the rule squares?
Did you cut them out? And
You can do, I'm guessing. It doesn't say. Sometimes they give permission to photocopy, but I guess, to be honest, cut them out for the sake of it. They're double-sided, and it looks like they can probably be cut over the same line. So,
how thick is
oh
the
no, so you can't cut that one up. So
No.
the captain one here, for example, if you cut that out, it wouldn't. Yeah, it'd be overlapping the apothecary one on the other side. So no, I think we'll have to. I'm guessing later in here, or maybe in the box itself, there might be some more cards, or the rules are actually inside the book. So there they are, all the Ultramarines. I tell you what, on box games like this, I do get tempted just to paint them all exactly like they appear on the tin, so you can actually play like if there's some sort of campaign in there. What's this? The Tyranid Prime. He looks cool. Wings are slung.
Does he look easy to assemble?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you only glue yourself to it once or twice, I think.
I'm well known in our friendship group for not being great at assembly, no matter how hard I try.
Yeah.
So we should run a sweepstake on.
Why is it upside down? The last thing you assembled actually had cables dangling upwards, didn't it? It's like, is there anything wrong with this? No. Yes, there clearly is. We had to break a lot of stuff off.
I try and follow the instructions.
At least you don't get too frustrated with it. You're just like,
No.
You're just quite happily oblivious. It's all good.
You take the frustration for me, I think.
do, yeah. Okay, so it is a really cool model, that thing. The Neuro Tyrant. And then you got the Neuroloids. Then onto the Screamer Killer. don't think it's multi-posable. You might have a bit of movability inside the... no, you won't. You haven't got any posability inside this, because if you look there, it's got two little mounting points where the glue goes. So the claws will have to be in the exact same position. The head doesn't turn either one way or the other either. So it could be that this is just a, you know, like a multi-pack one, where eventually they actually release a Screamer Killer on its own with a different sprue, but it seems a bit weird to do that.
Surely it won't just be available in this box. I can't see that, because...
But it's just not multi-posable. But if you took into consideration the old Carnifex, I guess he wasn't really either. Yeah, okay. But he does look awesome. I like his Predator-style vibe going on there with his quills on either side of his head.
See, I think he's got more of a Wolverine vibe.
Okay.
Like when he gets his claws out.
Yeah, okay.
Just the pose and like the...
I'm looking forward to somebody actually painting it traditionally, like the old school Screamer Killer as well, because someone's got to do that. Obviously, it's not going to be us, but someone will. Von Ryan's Leapers. They are very beautiful models. Nice and easy to assemble as well. I think we might fly through this box game. Right. There they are. Yeah, they just look so cool. Like, if I was a Tyranid bioorganism and I wasn't a floaty spore mine, I think I'd be that. And there's the Termagants. Yeah, Termagants. Always wasn't too sure they're Termagants or Termagants, but Termagants. Termagants. Then down here we have the Ripper Swarms all joining together, and big old swarm of them. Then onto the Neurogaunts ones. So they've got each one, looks like it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 parts. So each one is either a 4-part model or a 2-part model.
That's good. I'll do well to get those wrong.
Challenge accepted. Yeah. Let's put it down. All right, Barbagants. Barbagaunts. I'd like to see Forge World actually do an alternative weapon version. So like put a massive spine fist or something on there instead. I think that'll look really cool.
For the Barbagaunts?
Yeah, some upgrade sprues to just add a bit of variety. Some little impaling harpoon things would be cool as well. So there's one of these guys which is just slightly bigger than the rest, and he has a bit of a what is that? It's like, is it a brain? Half expecting that to be a brain.
I don't know.
So maybe that's the reason why there's 11 of them. Maybe they operate independently of the hive mind. Psychophage. That's cool.
That is a beast.
You're going to fly through these. I think we're going to be... I'd love to actually time them and put a little time limit on it and keep an eye on how long it takes us to do every bit of assembly. Because some of these creatures will be done really nice and quick.
Depends. Do you want them done quick or do you want them done...
Right.
Right.
Okay, right. He's on his head again. Oh.
Try and underestimate how wrong I can go with a 2-part model.
All right. Neurotyrant, Screamer Killer, and Von Ryan's Leapers. Termagant, Neurogaunt, Barbagaunt, or Barbagaunt, not Barbagaunt.
It feels like it should have an O. Barbagaunt.
Barbagaunt. Barbagaunt.
Barbagaunt.
Barbagaunt.
Doesn't roll off your tongue enough, does it?
Barbagaunt. Psychophage. That's the thing I don't get. Why is it called Psychophage? I understand what a phage and psycho is, but still, you'd have thought it'd have something else, like something more of a Tyranidy style name, but Psychophage just feels a bit more chaosy to me. And there they are.
Yeah,
all right.
I really love the blue going on here with the brain. It breaks the colour scheme up. That's what I like about it.
So I reckon you I bet you'd really like to go back and actually do a different scheme as we've discussed.
Yeah, we've got some schemes on the side of the box here that we'll show you in a minute. I know which one I'd want to do.
Okay, well, let's have a look at right now then.
So the Tyranid variants.
So we've got the classic ones. We've got the classic, what's it, Behemoth and Kraken. So that's those two are the old ones which hark back to the olden days. With these ones here, I still don't think we know the names of.
No, it's interesting to see if they're in this book.
Yeah, I'm sure they will
That's
be.
the one I want to do.
I know,
I love that.
It's beautiful. It really is beautiful. But you can imagine, but the thing with that, I don't know what colour you'd actually paint the brain or the Neurogaunt. Because those colours are very brain-esque.
Yeah,
I suppose you could do it pinky. Might be there's one in here as well. That'd be a treat, Lauren.
Oh yeah, we'll have to have a look through. Also, these would be quite hard to paint, I think, with the fade from the arm coming down. It'd be all right if you were doing one or two big models, but if you're doing hordes and hordes of these.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is my favourite one.
Yeah. Well, if it wasn't for the fact we'd already started Leviathan, and it's also the name of the army on the box.
Should we give a little spin?
There we go.
Are these actual sizes on the box as well?
Don't know. Could be there.
They look like they could be, potentially. Ooh, here we go.
There we go. So obviously we have the salamanders and various other ones. I'm going to try to ham-fist my way through them. Raven Guard, Blood Angels, Space Wolves, Salamanders, Sons of Ultramar or similar. I'll come back to that. That's obviously Flesh Terrors, Imperial Fist, Death Guard. Oh, not Death Guard. I'm too familiar with Heresy. That's the Deathwing. And I think that's the Silver Skulls, but it might be a different one. Silver Falcons or Silver Eagles. And that chap on the end, I really don't know. Oh well. And I'm gonna try to remember that one. Oh. And there's the rest of them. All right. So let's put this to one side in a second after we get out the transfers. So as of here, oh, that's nice. You've got a nice little gold rim around the Blood Angel ones. I'll be nicking these for the Heresy army I've got. That's the vehicle markings. And which other ones are there on here? Oh, there's a lot of those golden ones where they like just trimmed.
I like they've got
really cool.
little runes everywhere.
Yeah, for the Space Wolves.
I love the runes.
I'll be putting a few of them on the old Wolf Spear as well. So yeah, some nice transfers actually. Yeah, really cool. All right, let's stick them to one side with the cover. There's no Tyranid transfers because big old mass of bases. And this side we have
more bases and oh, these are data cards.
I hope so. It would be really cool if they were. I actually don't know. I think they've got some special cards in here actually. It says on the back of the box. So we're gonna slowly try to get them. You need to maul it with your teeth.
Well, I was gonna get a knife.
A knife?
Do you want me to get a knife?
Oh.
I mean, I can nibble away at it with my teeth.
Well, okay, I think I'm going to pause this whilst I ham-fist my way into it.
I've got one.
You got a knife?
I've got a knife.
You got a knife?
Glamorous assistant moment.
Thank you. Okay, cutting away from fingers. There's
Don't use your teeth, people.
No.
Use a knife.
Where available and safe.
I'm really excited about the data cards. I really want these to be data cards because I'm so fed up of having to turn pages constantly, which seems really lazy, but
deployment cards? That's cool. So this is the deployment, so we can get some nice easy missions in. So you've got standard hammer and anvil, search and destroy. I'll put these down to one side. Search and destroy. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm going to slide this across a bit. Yeah. And then if I do that, we can then actually put the cards face down at the same time. So search and destroy. Crucible of Battle. Dawn of War. Obviously, that's the standard vanilla one. Sweeping Engagement. And then these.
Oh, are they targets?
Gambits. Gambits. So there's gambits for the attack. Gambits for the attacker. And gambits for the defender. I love the cards though.
Yeah, they're nice.
We've been talking about wanting to see like an actual tarot card
I
set.
was just about to say that, because that's what the back of those look
They
like.
do, don't they?
Come on, Games Workshop.
Yeah.
We need tarot cards.
They definitely need some tarot cards. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Do the fortune before we start any sort of Titan walk or massive game.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not looking good for you on the cards.
I'm learning to read tarot cards as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, if we get a set, I can do live reads.
Yeah.
How's your game going to go this weekend?
Dreadful. Just dreadful. Don't bother turning up.
The hanged man appears.
Yeah. Let's say goodbye to your wife.
Oh my God.
What? Supply lines. Mission rule. So I'll have to go through these in a second with the rule book as well and try to work out how these are all used. Mission rule. Nice. Mission rule. Vox static.
So, is there data cards in there? Come on, I'm
going to
excited.
find out in a second, but I'm just going through all these. Last one,
I'm
battle.
impatient.
Yeah, you are. Take and hold. Oh, what's this? So that's the primary mission, and that's a mission rule. Okay. The rituals, primary mission. Priority targets. Vital ground. Scorched earth. Supply drop. Okay, I'm not going to do them all.
Please don't do them all.
And the secondary missions. Oh, look at that. That's a nice looking card. Secure no man's land. At the end of your turn, if you control 2 or more objective markers in no man's land, this secondary objective is achieved and you score 5 victory points. If at the end of your turn you only control 1 objective marker in no man's land, this secondary objective or mission is still achieved. But in this instance, you only score 2 victory points instead of 5. And we've got a few more, a fair few of them.
I don't think they are data cards. You
Right,
know?
we'll see. We're just going to get around to it. Lots of secondary missions. It's got a 2 on it as well. I wonder if that's similar with the... Yeah, P for primary and then 2 for secondary, I guess. Still secondary missions and down.
And then you got the same for the defenders.
Wow, okay. This is going to be fun actually, because I do like variety of missions. So the defender's got the shields. Bring it down!
Ooh.
Leviathan games. Hey, look!
Hey, objective markers.
I'll put them down for in a second. Leviathan games. A Leviathan chapter-approved battle is waged by following the sequence below. Chapter-approved battles are designed for incursion and strike force battle sizes. Players first muster their armies as described in the core rules. Remember, all details of a player's army must be recorded on their army roster. Determine mission. Players split their cards into their respective decks: deployment deck, mission rule deck, primary mission deck, secondary mission decks, 1 for the attacker, 1 for the defender, gambit decks, 1 for the attacker, 1 for the defender. Set aside the secondary mission and gambit decks. Players will receive these later. Players determine their mission by shuffling and randomly drawing 1 card of deployment, mission rule, and primary mission decks. Read mission. Next, players read the primary mission and mission rules cards they have drawn. Primary mission cards details how and when players score victory points. Players will also score victory points by achieving secondary mission and gambits, which are detailed later. Some primary mission cards also include additional rules that will apply to the battle. And there's quite a lot of rules there, as you can see. So I'm not going to go through them all because you will probably get bored of my voice. So you can pause it for a second and read to your heart's content. And I'll flip to the other side. There we go. And it's got a key there as well. Fantastic. I'm going to stick that to one side and have a look under these. So these are the skulls for the objective markers. Now I'm guessing, no, they're just double-sided skulls. I was expecting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, but they're not. All right.
So I was just having a look online, and apparently your data cards are going to be downloadable online and available in the app.
Good.
I think you are going to be able to buy what has been described as non-expensive physical copies. That's not my words, guys.
It's not my words, it's the words of Games Workshop.
But I was expecting them to be in the pack.
Yeah.
I must admit.
Well, it might be that they're in the rulebook instead. And I guess, I tell you what, there might be an actual downloadable thing in there. So I'm excited, and the excitement is palpable.
Let's have a look. I mean, this is now I love
really like
reading, and this is a monster of a book.
Okay. Oh, it's quite heavy.
Heavy.
It's very
really
heavy. All right.
Okay.
So let us unsheath this tome. I think just slide it off. Thing is, even with bits like this, I actually don't like breaking them. I always think to myself, I can put it back on later and make it better.
That's a nice book.
So printed in China. And
So heavy.
yeah, that's it. No codes or anything. Ah, yes. So one side a NID, and the other side Terminator. All right.
Really enjoying the artwork for this.
Yeah.
Even the font that Leviathan is written in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too, actually. It's weird. I looked at that and I was thinking to myself, I wonder if you can, because there's an app called Font Squirrel, which means you can scan it and just and see if it's out there. So I'm hoping I could get that and then I could rewrite it and as something else.
It's a really nice font. The
It
whole
is.
box screams like quality.
Yeah, I get you.
Like even the way the book was presented with that sheath on it and stuff like that.
Yeah, it does. All right, we haven't torn it yet. This is going good.
Oh God, don't let me put my hands on it.
I tell you what, I hate bending the spine, so I always put a little bit of weight behind it there. There we go. So we're into the book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the camera down and then we'll continue. Right, so let's have a look at the contents. 6 to 13 is the hobby. Dark Imperium, 20 to 75. What? There's a lot of pages there missing, Lauren. What's going on?
Is it pictures?
I hope so. It's just that's how they get through the book. It's not really 332 pages. It's they're just slowly hiding the numbers every now and again. Okay, so 200. Yeah, then we've got Combat Patrol, Crusade, and Core Rules Index. Now I did like the layout of the old rulebook with the side bits where it would say, quick summary of the actual rule itself, which is being presented. And I always thought that was, you can flick over and go, yep, a nice summary is always really appreciated. So I'm hoping they sort of follow that in this edition as well. The artwork looks great there. That's Chaos versus Chaos. You've got Bellacore fighting.
That's what it's like at our house. Chaos versus chaos.
Yeah. Alright. Some nice battlefields. About the 140,000 hobby.
I always like knights.
I know, we do love knights, don't we?
We do.
Yeah, they are just awesome.
Very excited about the new Cerastus.
Oh, yeah. Long time coming. Very long time coming. Very cool. Very cool. Alright. So, contrast method and classic method.
How to paint your models with both methods. Brilliant.
Simple truth is there's no single way to paint your models. Some people like to paint alone, either in a peaceful silence or while enjoying a movie or awesome music. Others prefer a social painting experience, finding that hanging out and painting with friends and fellow hobbyists gives them the extra impetus they need to finish their projects. It's an entirely personal choice, and so long as you're enjoying yourself, you're doing it right.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, well, that's what we do. We get together, I think it's every Thursday with a bunch of friends, up to like 10 people, and we just paint, don't we?
Yeah,
paint
Titan
and
Owners
chat.
Club.
Yeah, we do.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just put a Zoom link up, and we started that in lockdown, didn't we?
We
As
did.
like a well-being kind of keeping people connected and keeping people into the hobby, and it's just continued because it's a really nice way to just catch up with everyone. And also, when life gets busy, it's quite easy to let your hobby go a little bit. So by having a regular sit down and paint, you know you're going to get a good couple of well, sometimes it goes 3 or 4 hours if it goes late.
Oh yeah, sometimes up to midnight, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I've got to go to bed now. I've got to be up to
Yeah.
6.
But you know, you get a good amount of hobbying time done, even if you don't get anything else done that week.
Well, this is good. So, Combat Patrol is the ideal starting point for playing 40,000. Fast-paced and quick to learn. It uses the core rules shared by all play styles while focusing solely on the contents of Combat Patrol boxes. The rules for each of these forces are presented online and in their other publications, and provide everything you need to get playing quickly. Each Combat Patrol is designed to be powerful threat to the next, so all you need to do is decide which one you will wish to lead to victory. And then you've got 2 options there. So you're going to go through the Crusade or you're going to go to the chapter approved. So, okay. I think I'm looking forward to starting with the Combat Patrol again from the beginning. Yay, we've got all that scenery, haven't we?
We have all scenery.
We have all the scenery.
We have all the scenery.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. So that's battle reports. We'll be doing a few of those.
Yeah, we will be.
Ooh, are they Gene Stealer Colts?
Yes, they are. Got some nice new dice for them, haven't we?
We have got some nice new dice. Thank you, Warhammer Fest.
Yeah, thank you, Emily. All right.
Okay.
Dark Imperium.
I always love the contrast, the artwork. Like you've got these really like old Gothic-y style artwork, and then you've got like there's just such a mix in these books, and I really enjoy that because it's like there's something for everyone. Yeah,
that's all John Blanche. He's fantastic. I would love to see that actually replicated in as a model piece actually, because those banners going up the side there are just fantastic. Even if somebody did a display like that at Warhammer Fest with all those flags and banners going up there, would just look fantastic.
Golden Demon entry diorama.
That's too big. The scale of it's just it's
The
obscene.
miniature version.
You can't do a miniature version of that. You've got to make it look fantastic. It's got to be biblical.
There was some pretty big dioramas in that diorama scene.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Ah, no, that's...
Yeah.
See that person in the distance there?
Yeah.
He's probably halfway there.
So be able to do that.
That's basically the size of the front of the building almost.
You could do that.
The Eternity Gate, there's some rules. I think there's information about how tall that is. There is no way I can do that. It is that tall.
You need to dig out some like old epic models, like really tiny ones, and use them for scale.
Yeah, I'll go mad just doing it, replicating every single one of those banners. It's a dark place, the Imperium. There's the Cicadrix Benedictum. Terra Mars, that's where we are right now, just there. And there's Ultramar, and we have Fenris up here. So yeah, cool. Now it'd be good to learn about where Leviathan's coming in from. I'm wondering if they actually talk a bit about Leviathan and which route it's taking in this book. I seem to remember they're coming around the west side of the Imperium.
Bedtime reading for you.
Oh yes, yeah, it's gonna be great.
I don't know. We're in the middle of the Horus Heresy. Well, not in the middle. We're at the start, book 2. Horus Heresy or the Leviathan book.
Well,
which is it going to be?
Are you enjoying your Horus Heresy?
Yeah, I am. I'm really enjoying it. I didn't think I would because it's not like any literature I've read before.
No.
I love reading anyway, so I read a massive variety of books, and I always have done. But I can normally read them quite quickly because they're all written in a language that you're
very familiar with.
Yeah,
so
whereas this
lexicon
is quite hard, like reading. So I've actually been reading them out loud to you, haven't I?
Yeah, you have. It's been great. Every evening it's like, tell me, read me the Horus Heresy. Okay. Yeah. And the thing is, I've read it through. I've gone through every book about 3 or 4 times actually at this point because I love it. And so I'm very looking forward to the second part of the End and the Death. And also looking forward to the 3rd book of the Bequin series.
Yes.
Because you've done all of the
Inquisitor.
the Eisenhorn series, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've done Eisenhorn, you've done your Ravener, and you've done Bequin now.
Yeah.
So we've got to wait for book 3, and it's going to be brilliant. Going to tie the end of I reckon they're going to tie the end of the Horus Heresy to the end of the Bequin series.
Do you think?
Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be
Does
really
that
cool.
mean I've got to finish the Horus Heresy before I can read the third bit?
If you can.
Final
Oh,
book.
there you go. You can fly through it.
Oh my goodness.
Reading it
Right.
1.5 times
How much
speed.
annual leave have I got left? Yeah, I don't do audiobooks as well, so I'm having to read it out loud to you at night.
Yeah.
So it is a slow process, but I'm really enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. And what have we got here? The Ordo Malleus. So these are the 3 houses of the Inquisition, or the 3 Ordos.
Which one would you be in?
Oh, Malleus. Any day of the week. The Ordo Malleus are the coolest. They're the ones who hunt down demons. Yeah, hunting aliens, that's generic. But Ordo Hereticus, look out for some traitors. Ordo Malleus are the heavy hitters, in my opinion. They're the really cool ones. And hopefully, they also have Grey Knights. So the Grey Knights are their armed force, basically. But the Ordo Malleus, they just look so cool. I think there's even a... Actually, it's my birthday coming up. There's a really cool Ordo Malleus Inquisitor from Forge World, and I just love him. I really want him.
Which one?
I can't remember his name top of my head. It's not Locke. But I think it... Yeah, I can't remember his name right now, but it's a really beautiful model. That artwork's back from the old edition as well. I'd love to see some of these. It'd be with all the way they're actually releasing a little force here and now, or here and there with Kill Team. It'd be really awesome for them to actually just go, all right, here's a small force of this massive, weird, beastie. I don't know, it's a giant of some sort. That thing's cool. That thing's cool. That thing looks really cool. And they're all just really cool Ordo Xenos creatures. So yeah, that'd be great. And then you've got the old heretical stuff. And I don't think they'll show you this. Yeah, tarot cards.
Tarot cards. I really want these.
No, it would be really cool.
I'm gonna make some. If I don't produce them, I'm gonna make some.
Ages of Mankind.
I'd like to do Titan-based ones as well.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it'd work, but I could try and make it work.
There you go. Say Titan, and there they appear. Now, which that is, I don't know. I think it's Metallica, or it might be.
No, it's got yellow and black.
Is it yellow and black, or is it white
Same
and black?
as JB's.
Yeah, so it's Ignatum, I think. It's on Mars, I believe, as well. So it's got to be Ignatum. Yeah. Cool. Oh, that's the thing. The scale of these battlefields would be so cool if you could play on them in 28mm. It's just great. Well, we'll skip these on a bit. So, Age of Imperium, some really nice old heart. I love this piece, actually. You look here. So, this chap here, he's gone, he is a heretic. And then everyone here is suddenly like turning around like, oh, no way. And he's sitting there looking grumpy, and they're all... She's readying a bolt gun, ready to kill him. They've got a witch hunter in the background, drawing a sword. Yeah, it's just cool. Like, they even turn on their own people when one person makes an accusation. As we go a bit further on, that's a nice... I don't know what that is. That's cool. I think it might be a Keeper of Secrets. Then you got Rebute. And I remember this. That was cool. I always thought these sort of bits of art were just fantastic, because you always wanted to actually paint them up, even now, and redo them a bit. Like, what? Yeah. Orpheus.
It's weird, actually. This almost looks like a tattoo.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, really cool imagery. Space Marines. And then going to flip through a few more pages. We're going to go through
all your different Space Marines.
Chapters, yeah. Adeptus Custodes. Yeah, that's one of your armies you're doing soon, isn't it?
Soon. Within the next decade.
Yeah.
They're sat there in the pile of shame, waiting to be done.
Yeah.
But I do love the Sisters of Battle. The Sisters of Battle cosplay lady at Warhammer Fest.
Oh, the one who's got the sweets in the backpack.
Yeah, she was brilliant.
Quality.
And they were lovely as well. Really nice people. Chaos Demons.
Craftworld Eldari.
Oh, okay. My favourite.
Yep. So, let's see I'll flip through these a bit. Oh no, that's it.
Oh.
2 pages.
2 pages.
Drukhari. Still think these models are brilliant.
I love the spiky ships.
Yep.
Tyranids.
They've all
Are those favourite?
Yeah, they've all still got the flesh borer. Okay. All right. And that's it.
Votan.
Yeah, my army. Love them. Always been waiting for squats. Well, I've been waiting for squats to come back since they got rid of them. And here they are.
They're still not my cup of tea.
I love them. Oh, they
you?
are so cool.
I just don't think they look squatty enough. I don't know. There's something about them I just don't like.
But I've always been a massive fan of that army in general and that size. And whenever I'm any sort of like RPG character, I'm always a dwarf, aren't I?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
See,
it.
I love dwarves. Like in Age of Sigmar, I'm Caradron through and
Oh,
through.
you are, yeah.
Love Caradron, but I think that's it because they're meant to be more squats. I think I don't like it because they look too similar to the Caradron.
I think that's the reason why I don't like the Caradron so much, is because they look too similar to what a squat should have been. When they first came out, I was like, oh my god, look, squats. And I was like, no, these are going to Age of Sigmar. Everyone was like, really? Why?
Oh, they're just amazing. I love the steampunk style.
Yeah. Then we have the Sirkan Dynasty, which my boy Nathaniel collects. And we'll move on from them. Tau Empire, and on and on and on.
The
Core rules.
I think I saw, I don't know, page 37 apparently. Yeah, 37 to 39 has your data sheets.
Okay, we'll have a look. Hopefully they've got some of the, what they call the Leviathan ones in there. If not, then it'll have to be the ones from the book. Okay, so let's have a look at the rule format. Yeah. All right, unit coherency. Hey, it's still got the summaries. Ah, it's my favourite bit of the 6th edition, that was. Not 6th edition, what was I saying? 9th edition. Unit coherency within 2 inches horizontally and 5 inches vertically of one other model from the same unit in units of 2 to 6 models, or 2 other models from the same unit in units of 7 plus models. All right. Alrighty then. So then you've got unit visible. One model in the unit is visible. So, unit is fully visible. If every model in the unit is fully visible to an observing model, then that unit is fully visible for the purposes to that observing model. For the purposes of determining if an enemy unit is fully visible, an observing model can see through other models in the unit it is observing. Wow. Okay.
So the convoluted way of writing rules and explaining things hasn't changed.
Yeah. If one or more models in the unit is visible to the observing model, then that model's unit is visible to the observing model. Okay. Yeah, great. Great times, fun times. Then, battle round. I think we've read quite a bit about these in the White Dwarfs recently anyway, so I'll skip through a bit. Transports, disembarking. Yay. Looking forward to the new rules for some of them as well. Weapon traits, blast. Add 1 to the attack's characteristics for every 5 models in the target unit, rounding down. Can never be used against a target that is within engagement range of any units from the attacking model's army, including its own. That's good, actually. Indirect fire, precision, torrent, lethal hit. So I think we've still got what's it called? That special wound. Where are we? Let's see if that's in here somewhere. Yeah, well, we'll go through the rules a bit later anyway, and actually, discuss it as we play through it, because we're very excited for that.
Yep, got a bit in the bill. Skip.
Oh yeah.
The data sheets. Here we go. What does it say up there? So it's got an example. So yeah, it looks like they're pushing you to go online to get your data sheets then.
Yeah. Let's go back to this book quickly and just have a check, because
I mean, you could just keep this bit. Can you cut? Are they central? Can
Yeah.
you just cut them out, or
So they've got the rules there. So let's say for the Infernus squad, ignores cover, torrent. Yeah, how many dice you've got to roll. I think it's got everything in there you really need to actually play the game. But without actually opening up and actually trying it, we can't be sure. It might be the data sheets are a bit later in the book and you're like, oh, there they are. But we'll see. It might be, yeah, there's a website as well, which I'm sure it might be pointing to at some point in the book, saying go here and download it. There's basic stratagems, and I don't think there's as many as there used to be, which is...
I really hope there isn't.
Yeah. Still think it should go...
Is that one page?
Yeah.
One page of stratagems?
Yeah, it's the core ones though, so there might still be like 2 or 3 in the other books, but we'll see. I'm hoping there isn't any yet. Well, there is basic ones here, so that's alright. It would be good if they're just the core ones again.
Because then everyone knows what options there are. It's really, I found with Night, you know, like especially doing Eldar.
Oh yeah.
And I was doing Yunari, so each faction has a different set of stratagems they could potentially use. And it's the same when you're looking across the table at your opponent, and yet if you're struggling to remember your own God knows how many rules, there's no way you're going to remember all of your opponent as well.
Oh, right.
Some of you out there might have a memory better than a goldfish, but I certainly don't. So at least if you've got core stratagems that everybody's using and everybody can use, you've got an idea of knowing what's available to your opponent.
Yeah. All right.
And it's more chance of an equal game because you're not reliant on memory or missing something out.
All right.
That might just be because I am really bad at remembering things.
All right. Combat Patrol. Then you got the Combat Patrol missions. And we go through them. And then, what else have we got? Now I'm trying to see if we've got any of those rules anywhere, but I don't think there is. Oh, that's cool. Look.
And they're really hinting at this, aren't they? Do you think these are coming out soon?
I hope they are, because it would be really cool to see, because I like collecting those sort of things, and I do want a display cabinet one day, because I've still got all those battle maps, haven't I?
Yes, the
All
ones
the Horus Heresy ones.
that you keep telling me will go on the wall.
They're not going on the wall yet, anytime soon. We're going to have a display cabinet instead, just full of like weird trophies and weapons and
Like
stuff.
A cabinet of oddities.
Yeah.
Warhammer oddities.
That's it, get some tarot cards in there.
I'll be reading the tarot cards. If we get tarot cards, I'm going to read them.
Okay. And then some more stories. In general, Trajan Valoris. And then on again to here. I do hope we see those spore chimneys that they had, that Forge Rod used to do. It'd be great if they did it in plastic.
We actually have some of those, don't
do.
we?
Well, you painted them all recently. We've got 3 of them.
Yeah.
But it would be really good if we actually had them in plastic as well, because I think it's just something which looks cool on the battlefield.
Yeah. Maybe we could display them on our battlefield when we do one of our video games.
Actually, we will be, definitely.
Yeah, when we film it. Ooh.
Crusade forces, so for the Crusade rules, great, they're in there. Ranks and battle honours, just random things, so we're just going to skip through, and I think we've basically reached the end of the book now. So that pretty much wraps it up. Okay, so this week and next week we're going to be doing a few videos here and there, probably on our TikTok and also our Instagram, and we will be showing a bit more coverage about the Leviathan box and the models within it. I'll be painting all my guys as Wolf Spear as mentioned, and we'll be playing a few battles and hopefully get a bit more of the other armies involved from 10th edition and see how they compete against each other. So I've gone through the book already, I labelled them all up, ready to play. All right, come back this week.